Brothers and sisters, this is the second part of our audiovisuals today on this program, where the theme is President of the United States of America, General Donald Trump, signed an executive order sanctioning Gambia's former dictator, which could be diplomatically scaled down from multilateral to bilateral relations, or from US-Africa relations to US Gambia relations, with appreciation. Now, brothers and sisters, on this second part of a recording on the same theme today, I would invite my fellow Gambians, a country where I was born, for us to come back to the drawing board, but be guided by honesty, sincerity, national duty, national interest, and indeed the guiding principle of diplomacy, which is interest and forming an alloy with reciprocity. Now, AGOA is back. Africa Growth Opportunity Act is in one way or the other self-explanatory, and we all know that acts are derived from jurisprudence. So what it tells us is that it expects Gambia to respect the rule of law, human rights. Let us not go any further without reminding ourselves that not respecting human rights, the rule of law, not respecting financial instructions, not respecting codes of conduct within the Gambia is what made the world look at Yahya Jammeh. So no country can be an island in the world, especially where we are all members of the United Nations or member states of the United Nations. To that effect, we must bear in mind that being a nation is not only by proclaiming to be one and then act in a belligerent way, in a nonchalant way, where the whims and caprices of a dictator would rule and the cavalier attitude of state-sponsored terrorists would be maintaining that particular regime. That is not going to be accepted by any country, particularly the 5 permanent members of the Security Council. From last year to now, when the Security Council unanimously agreed for ECOWAS troops to move into the Gambia, we should not forget that United States has been there with us. Now, after AGOA is back, when we go back to the drawing board, I would expect the Gambia government or Gambian people to immediately start looking into the possibilities of signing agreements with airlines, particularly those in the United States of America, because they are the ones who are there for us where Africa Growth Opportunity Act is put into its proper perspective. Direct flights between the United States of America and the Gambia, and then containers which will be shipped from the seaport in Banjul to the United States and vice versa, would be the alpha and omega of the meaning of AGOA, because Gambia's quota cannot be utilized or accessed without us communicating through import-export activities to begin with. Then other things would come. Well, alongside, we would remember when Yahya Jammeh refused to cooperate with the United States of America as far as maritime security is concerned. Well, a country like the United States of America, which is bigger militarily and in every aspect, I think strategic approaches, intelligence, awareness, and wisdom would encourage any sitting government in the Gambia not to hesitate to look into signing maritime security agreements with the United States of America. Well, without such guarantees, how can Gambia or any country on the list of countries eligible for AGOA in the sub-Saharan region expect to work closely with America when they refuse to even entertain the idea of looking into maritime security? How? Now, the protection level in the Gambia should increase. Import-export activities should be encouraged. Now, creating business incubators, which we did when I was ambassador. We did it with the Prince George's County. You can work hard. In fact, you can even do it with the US Embassy down on the ground in Banjul. Create business incubators where Gambian entrepreneurs, small, medium enterprises would come in for a 2 or 3 week session free of charge, and then will be assisted in a way to be able to understand the US market, what to avoid, what to pursue, and to be mindful of what Foreign Corrupt Practices Act also means for those who go against it. And this, in fact, should include government officials in the Gambia. These are the kind of things that one would look into to be able to use AGOA and then derive benefits from it. AGOA is an opportunity which can strengthen the private sector in the Gambia, and which is one of the fastest ways of discouraging youth from leaving the Gambia and taking the back way through the Mediterranean Sea only to die in that sea. When there is a vibrant and productive private sector, be rest assured that the chances of anybody turning him or herself into a dictator are weakened. And then opportunities will be spread along the length and breadth of the Gambia. This is what AGOA means. It is not political per se. It is economic, of course, coming from political will. Remember also, sections like Section 208, where somebody is against the interests of the United States of America abroad, can disqualify a country for AGOA. We all know that security and politics are like weather. Sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it snows. So let us continue driving on the lanes that attracted the attention of the United States of America to see that Gambia deserves this position. Stay tuned for the third segment.